let's get into today or Sunday's game. This is going to be a huge topic of conversation for our show. First of all, going into last week, we had the podcast last week. We talked about the teams we didn't want to say or see. This is the team you did not want to see. This is the team I wanted to see. Why? Because I thought, like you said when we walked on here, to be the man, you got to beat the man, and you got to send them packing. And I'm going to tell you what, I think the matchup for the Bears favors them against the Eagles, and I think if you play this game 10 times, the Bears probably win at 8. It's the two outlier games where Mitch Trubisky maybe doesn't have a great game, or the offense turns the ball over, or the defense isn't tackling, that ends up being the two outliers. Going into Sunday's game, my question to you, and I know that we haven't really dove too hard into it because both of us haven't really had much conversation going into today's game, so I'm really interested to hear your opinion on what you think is going to happen Sunday, and what do you see being the main factor of why the Bears can beat this Eagles team and knock them out of the playoffs?
I think it's pretty plain and simple here. I think that, when I said last week I didn't want to see the Eagles, it's not that that was the team that I was least looking forward to seeing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The reason I say that is because it's like these guys have a silver spoon in their ass right now. Or not a silver spoon, horseshoe. They've earned everything they've got, but they've been playing pretty good. Yep. And to go on that, the Bears have been playing better, no doubt about it. But it's just, I didn't want to see them for that reason alone. It's like that silver horseshoe up your ass, man. And then you're coming into Chicago, and you know the track history with Chicago, man. We always seem to get fucked. And it's just like, man, like this season feels magical. You know what I'm saying? Like this season feels magical if you're a Bears fan.
It's a starved. Okay, let's look at what the outlook of Chicago is. And obviously, we both know more than anybody because we are entwined in this city. If you weren't a Cubs fan, 2016 really didn't mean much to you.
No.
Since then,
no.
What have we had? I mean, we've had a solid Bears defense that went to the...
We had 2010, 2011 Bulls.
But that was like, they were there, and then that was just tore apart from you so quickly. Right. Within one injury, It was like your franchise was taken from, we're going to contend for the next 7-8 years.
There was 2 years of very good competing there. With Rose winning the MVP, then the next year after the lockout season, because that was the lockout season, mm-hmm. There was 66 games. They started on Christmas Day. But yeah, Derek got fucked up in the playoffs, and that was like 2 years of a window where you're like, holy shit, this team is fun.
But even going into, remember that 2011 season, I remember talking to you, and we were in another universe doing another show during that time. I remember talking to you, wondering if this team was actually that real, because Derek was a young player. You didn't know how he was going to progress throughout the season. You didn't know if he could keep up this MVP type, season he was having. And his output for each game was, they put more and more on his back over and over as the year went on. I thought that we really only got to enjoy maybe half of a season because of the lockout, where we're looking maybe we can really win this thing, because really going into that year, Miami Heat were a better team at that moment in 2011.
Right.
They formed together to win a championship. Everybody was talking about them. Going into the next year after that, we were like, all right, Derek coming off an MVP season. They're a year older. They've matured. Tom had learned a few things throughout that playoff that
Tom was
maybe would help them out.
Right. At the time, he was a rookie head coach. He got coach of the year. Derek won MVP. Going into 2011, you sign Rip Hamilton to take the place of Keith Bogans.
And then he tears his ACL. So that's over. Your franchise at that moment needs
the last happiest part of a sports fandom before I had that was blackout game for the Sox.
It's fair.
With Johnny Danks.
That's not on the same level what we're talking about here. Not at all.
And then Bears Super Bowl run 2006.
Right. So
I've gone years, dude. I've gone years.
So looking at in 12 years.
Yeah, I've gone years.
13 years.
That's yeah.
In 13 years.
What year is it?
2019 now, my friend. I know.
Jesus Christ.
So in 13 years, we've had a tease of a dynasty. We've had a White Sox blackout game that was awesome, but not on that level.
Because I'm not going back to 05 was a great year because Bears
if you look at that 05-06 team, you can make arguments that the NFC wasn't as strong.
Well, right.
As,
we're talking about
so
being
what I'm
hype,
saying.
though.
So what I'm saying is, and this is gonna drive home my point. From I think this city as a whole, obviously it being one team, one city, it's rare when you get these moments that everybody is all in, and the city is buzzing because of it. And this city is starved for something like this. The Bears haven't been a team that you really thought could win the whole thing until, since 2006 maybe, and that was an uphill battle against a Hall of Fame quarterback, and pre to that, 1985.
Well, I mean, we had our Blackhawks years and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's just not on this level. That doesn't resonate in the city of Chicago like as big as like the Bears do.
Right.
So
that's why I'm so hyped right now.
That's why they have a chance, man.
That's why I've gone so insane over these last couple of days on social media. It's just I'm so sick and tired of the bullshit being talked. I'm telling you right now, man, this fucking team feels special to me. Since I've been watching them this year, they've just looked different from what the record that I projected them to have. They've been in every single game this year. They have literally been.
They've led in every single
game.
They've led in every single game this year.
They've been in every one of them. And for them to be going into the playoffs right now against the Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, it just seems like that storyline where it's like Ric Flair used to say, "Woo! You gotta be the man." Or beat the man to be the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just fucking, it's there. It's there for the fucking taking. And this is it for me, man. Like, Nick Foles doesn't scare me. Darren Sproles doesn't scare me.
Their run game shouldn't scare you at all.
No, Smallwood doesn't scare me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, this is what the Bears need to do. They need to be aware of the 3-step drop back quick throw. That is what they need to be aware of and afraid of. Not that listen, I've said it before on the podcast, I'll say it again. Kyle Fuller, I think that he is a good player. I think that he has really just came about this year. And really come on strong. Prince is good, but we do not have Bryce, so we have McManus there, correct? He's taking over?
Yeah.
Yes. So you need to look at Philly's receivers, and their first 3 receivers are enough to give me, like, not a heart attack, but be like, okay, you know what? I need to pay attention to these motherfuckers. They have Golden Tate, Nelson Aguilar, and that bitch who was saying that Chicago is just where he came to work, Alshon Jeffrey.
Yeah,
Fuck
but see,
you, by the way.
And I'm going to build on that. Go to work. He missed a lot of games with the Bears.
Missed a lot of games. And
never went to work.
And probably one of the greatest throws Jay Cutler ever fucking made against the Packers.
The back shoulder against the Packers?
Yeah, he dropped it.
They win that game if he catches that ball,
fuck Alshon Jeffrey. I'm glad you're gone, prick.
I was, too. I think going into this game, and you say that their wide receivers are something that you need to pay attention to. I think that the Bears ending their season in Minnesota really helps with this game, because a lot of what Minnesota ran last week is a lot of what you're going to see this week.
Right.
John DeFilippo, he got fired from Minnesota.
Right.
Prior to last year was with the Eagles.
Right.
So it's the same kind of schemes per
it's
se.
The Andy Reid coaching trees all over the fucking place.
Right.
So that's why Nagy Peterson is so fucking enticing. You know what I'm saying? Like, people aren't talking about that either.
Yeah,
it's very enticing.
I think,
like, who learned more from the guru?
This is my Matt Nagy needs to coach your team. Don't think about what they're doing.
Well, seeing everything
because at
from
the end of it,
this year, I think he can.
Well, and then I do too. But this is the thing too. Rookie head coach.
Oh, absolutely.
Essentially, the Bears are going into this game on Sunday. Rookie quarterback, rookie head coach. And I understand a little bit of why some people would think the Eagles could be in this game, but the amount of disrespect that's been shed on the defense for the Bears and how easily that they think that they can pick them apart, I think is just maddening to me. The things I've heard from Eagles fans, and I put it up on Twitter the other day. Funny thing for you, if you're ever really down in the dumps until Sunday, go on YouTube, type in any Eagle fan doing some type of preview, and listen to how they talk about this defense. it's insulting that they talk about Khalil Mack as just another guy sometimes. He moves the needle for that defense. And nobody is talking about the fact that this is the first playoff game in Chicago in almost 10 years. These fans on Sunday,
we're going to be nuts.
We're going to freaking bring it, man. It's going to be ridiculous.
You know what? You just motivated me. Guess what I'm doing right now?
What are we hitting them with?
We're not hitting them with anything. I'm taking the fucking tickets off StubHub right now.
You're going. I know you're going.
Well, you know, me and my dad split them. I try to be a fair man to my daddy because I love my daddy. And he told me today when I talked to him on the phone, he's like, hey, man, you know, if you want to go, just go ahead and go. And I was like, you want to come with me, man? I'm like, let's do it. You know, I was like, Juice's dad's going.
Yeah.
I was like, let's go do this. And he goes, is it beer still $10? I said, yes. He said, no. So he's not going. But we got our boy, the premier amp, will be joining us. I told him if we couldn't sell the tickets that this is what we're going to be doing. Here's active listings, Juice Man. I'm going to click on active listings right now.
Deactivate that shit.
Deactivate or just delete, Juice? Because I'm not going to
delete that shit.
I'm going to delete that shit, Juice.
Delete.
It's gone, Juice. It's gone.
Delete.
We're going.
Ooh, delete. You hear?
Delete. That's a WWE reference or TNA.
Sometimes we do that.
Boat. Yeah. But we're going to be there on Sunday, man. And we're hyped. We're going to tailgate. I'm going to wear my lucky jersey that I'm 6-0 in, or 7-0 in.
We're eating the same shit that we eat every time they win.
We ate last time. We're bringing Miller Lite. Coors Light is what we've been drinking when we've been winning, right?
We'll be winning.
Yeah, so Coors Light.
I do got some Bud too. My side of the family only drinks the Bud Light.
Well, I know, but man,
maybe drinking... a little Bud, a little weed reference.
Oh yeah, we'll get some of that too.
Who's got the pen?
Oh shit.
Who's got the pen?
But you know, man, I everything that you say I agree with. This fucking city's excited. This city is hyped, and I'm hyped. I'm hyped, and that's it. And there's one more person I wanted to bring up because I wanted to ask your opinion on who's going to cover this fucking guy, and that's Zach Ertz.
Yeah, it's.
Are we going to have to dedicate Roquan to him all game?
I think a lot of the way that the game flow will dictate. I think
because you go into that 3-wide receiver.
Well, you saw what they did with,
set.
I'm not going to compare Kyle Rudolph to Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz, I think, is a little better of a player.
Well, I mean, he broke the record this year for.
But what they've done, I just think that if Akeem Hicks and Eddie Goldman and some of the Danny Trevathan are getting pressure up the middle, I don't think anything matters on the outsides in terms of wide receivers and some of these tight ends.
I still think we need to beware.
I think that pressure in Nick Foles' face.
Well, he's hurt
is
too,
going
correct?
to give
his ribs are hurt.
I mean, this is like one of those things too, where it's like any chance that you get to hit this guy, make him feel uncomfortable. And I think the Bears defense is going to do that.
Yeah, you're basically going to have to at this point. But you're going to have to fucking. I don't want to say go ahead and hurt him. I'm just saying no.
Make him feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're going to have to get up in his fucking grill.
So I do believe that the defensive side of the ball, I think, is going to ball out. I'm worried that turnovers and uncostly penalties are huge in the playoffs. A penalty can turn second and 5 and second and 10, and on a bad second down play, you're third and long. The Bears need to win first and second down to make things easier on the offense, to make things easier on Mitch Trubisky, to keep Peterson and the Eagles guessing. Because if they can get that defense, the front 7 for the Eagles, it's okay. I mean, the front 4 is very solid. You got guys like Graham and Cox and
Michael Bennett
and Long playing well as lately, but their linebackers.
Did you see what Kyle Long said about Graham?
They're not brothers.
They're not brothers on Sunday.
I love it. So going into this game, I think Tariq Cohen's going to play a huge role because their linebacking core just does not impress me.
No, I'm not scared by their linebacking core. I mean, I see a lot of screens and a lot of quick throws at Tariq. Maybe some
just get a couple wheel routes.
I was about to say, I'd love to see a couple wheel routes to Tariq Cohen.
But see, this is the thing.
Just don't overrun the play.
No, well, the key to Sunday, I think it's 2 players, and I'm going to put it on the shoulder of 2 players, Kyle Long and Charles Leno Jr. If those 2 could win their battles, I don't worry about the rest of the defensive line because they're going to be dealing with Fletcher Cox and whoever Bennett if he's not on the outside. A lot of these guys who can get to the quarterback and cause some havoc. And the minute that Mitch Trubisky is going to have to flush out, that's when I'm a little worried. I know he can run, but making decisions amped up for Mitch Trubisky, and he said it before, he's a quarterback that he has his heart in this, you know, and that's a good thing and a bad thing all at once, because he's going to come into Sunday's game more amped than most.
I think that Mitch needs to go back to Mitch's roots, where he's scoring, and I know this is going to be a funny reference here, but where he's scoring 30 to 45 points in fantasy per game. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He needs to go back to the roots where
that would help.
His legs are his weapon. If he needs them to be. Don't look to do it if he needs them to be. And his nice, quick, accurate throws. That's what Mitch needs to do. Mitch finished in the top 5 in quarterback rating this year. I'm going to, and that doesn't happen if you're a shitty quarterback, by the way. Just saying.
But Pro Football Focus put him at 30th.
I know. I'm like, what the fuck? Out of 33?
Mm-hmm.
My man, fuck you, Pro Football Focus. Come on.
Man. I don't like to bash an opponent coming into this, but what was so impressive about the Eagles' last 3 wins? I mean, the Rams, we handled the Rams ourselves too, but they ended up putting 23
on. A lot
of
people say that we broke the Rams. I did think their win against the Texans was really good because, I mean, they stayed.
But the Texans, look at what the Texans are now.
Though.
But look at what the Texans are now with a hurt Lamar Miller and no running game. They're essentially Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins and nothing else.
Demaryius Thomas is hurt as well.
Right.
I mean, could you think if they stayed healthy?
Oh, they'd beat
Demaryius Thomas.
It's the reason I'm picking the Colts to win on Sunday.
I picked them to win too. And Will Fuller. Oh my God, that receiving core is fucking stupid. That's a receiving core that you build on Madden and then you like change their fucking contracts so they can all fit on your team. Like that's that. And now that Thomas is hurt and fucking Fuller's hurt, Miller's hurt. So Watson and Hopkins are gonna have to make some motherfucking shit happen.
Yeah.
Because the Colts ain't no joke.
No, they're a good team. The Colt and Andrew Luck, playoff Andrew Luck is pretty solid.
I'll tell you something right now. Like in my heart, I hope and pray to God the Colts are the ones that go to the Super Bowl.
And then we're there.
And we're there.
Little rematch.
And we fucking kill them.
See,
and
I was having this
obliterate 85 fucking style.
I was having this conversation with a buddy this week about, in a hypothetical, if the Bears are coming out of the NFC, who do you like to see? I said the Ravens. I think it would be so funny in the year of the offense.
You're talking Lamar Miller, huh?
In the year in the Lamar Jackson.
Oh, Jackson.
Yeah. Well, we were just talking about the Texans. I knew what you meant.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
In the year of the offense, 2 stout defenses end up in the Super Bowl. How amazing would that be? Not to mention, I think the Bears would be a heavy favorite in that game.
think we kick their ass.
To
be honest with you, I mean, I'm not trying to be a homer either. I think the Bears would.
I also wouldn't be opposed to a Chargers Bears Super Bowl either.
You know why I don't want a Chargers?
I like
you know why
Phillip Rivers.
I don't want that?
Why is that?
Because Bean.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, Bean. If you don't know who Bean is, that's my uncle. His Bean.
Uncle Bean.
And he was in the Navy and he was in San Diego, so his 2 favorite teams are the Bears and the Chargers, so I couldn't see him come there. You know, he'd be one of those fucking idiots that come to the game in a fucking shirt down the middle where it was half a Bears logo and half a Chargers logo. Also, one thing I want to say real quick, if I see you on Sunday at the Bears game in a different team's fucking jersey, I'm punching you right in the mouth.
Yeah.
Fucking dork.
Well, Eagles fans in general, that's gonna suck. You know they're gonna travel pretty.
No, not Eagles fans. I mean, like if someone comes to the game in a Packers
jersey,
like
a Packer jersey,
or a Viking, or a Lion,
stupid.
or a fucking Tampa Bay jersey. I'm punching you in the fucking mouth.
That's some guy who works like at a high rise downtown that like just got tickets.
No shit.
From
like,
work.
I get tickets, so I'm gonna go to the game.
That's what happens.
Yeah,
those people are the worst.
Yeah.
You know who else is the worst? And I'll say it too. Like it goes both ways. It goes for Wrigley and it goes for the Cell. If you go to one of those, don't wear the opposing Chicago team. So like if I go to like a White Sox game, you've never seen me wear a Cubs shirt, or a jersey even in there, unless they're playing the Cubs, which I've been there during that. But the ones who go to like Wrigley and wear White Sox shit, I'm like, dude, why? Who cares?
Yes. That's what Parkins and them from 670 The Score did that this year. Where they went into the Cell and they have a fucking Cubs shit on, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
well, that was Manny Machado. Remember Manny Machado was there. And that was the hope that they were going to kick Chris Bryant out to left field. And then Manny Machado would be a Cub.
Right.
Or they would trade for Manny Machado.
Parkins has been on the show. He's a good guy. If I was there, I would have kicked his teeth down his throat.
Yeah, but I understand that one, though.
Yeah,
like, if you're a Cub fan and you're trying to get him to come, like, I think that's hysterical.
It's
you know
funny,
what I mean?
But, I mean, to me, like, come in my stadium, you better fucking be either the opposite team or my team, you know?
Right, yeah. Or
because I don't like trying to
wear,
bust
like, a
balls.
color. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah, if you're not... And you know this for a fact. Every time I've gone to a White Sox game, I've wore black.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I wouldn't say that I'm like...
We go...
Yeah.
We're usually at a rain out or a game we're getting our asses kicked and we get trashed and then we
get kicked out.
And then we somehow end up home. You know what, man? We should call our designated driver right now and see if he's coming on Sunday.
We should. You want to tap him in?
You want
we can tap him in.
Yeah, we'll tap him in. We'll tap him in real quick.
This is an interesting segment.
Yeah, this is interesting here.
So you're gonna
hear some fucking joy here in a minute. Let's hope he answers the phone. I don't know if he will.
He might.
Let's see. This thing's gonna be ringing.
Is he at work right now?
No, he is not at work. We are off today. We're off. There he is.
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron, you're on the air here at the Outcasts.
Yeah, you're with the Outcasts right now, bitch.
Oh boy.
Are you ready? Can you confirm that you are taking the other ticket for Sunday?
Yes, I can.
Can I get your thoughts? On this Bears game real quick?
Oh, Jesus. Put me on the spot like that.
I'm putting you on the spot. I want your heart to run wild right now.
I already said 100-3, but that's just me.
100-3.
Yep.
I think that's a little too close, but Coach Nagy will find a way to eke one out at 100-3, my friend.
I mean, he's probably throwing 6 touchdown passes to Nick Winkowski or something crazy like that.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no shit, right?
Funny thing, I've been waiting in this formation. I know is in Matt Nagy's playbook. It's when O'Donnell, Parkey, and Patrick Scales are out there split wide.
I wouldn't put that past him to run that in that formation. I mean, who else ran that route on that one? There was another defensive end, I think Nichols or something.
Yeah, yep. he had Akeem Hicks run a touchdown already this year. But Aaron, I'm so happy you're coming.
In all honesty, probably like a 24-17 or something like that. I think it's closer than it should be, but we'll see.
Well, bring that yelling voice on Sunday, my friend.
Absolutely.
I'll bring that boom.
I want to plug Aaron real quick. Aaron, where can they find you on Twitter?
You can find me at Premier Amp and find my DFS articles on FF260.
There we go.
That's a boy.
Premier Amp is a part of the Outcast family. He's an Outcast just like us. He will be joining me with my other seat. We'll be tailgating with the Juice Man and friends this Sunday at
So if you're in the area,
and you
Burnham Harbor lot.
Right. Also, Premier Amp is straight edge, so if we need an Uber, fuck you, he's driving us home instead of you. Just want to throw that out there. But we love you, buddy, and we will talk to you later.
All right, take it easy.
Peace. So that was our dude. That's our dude.
We had to go
call him. We had to.
to.
He was holding his excitement back, I could tell. But he's very excited.
He was excited.
Oh, man. So Sunday, man. Sunday's going to be great. I'm excited, man.
I'm ready.
I feel it in my bones.
Now, going into it, we'll make our predictions in a minute.
Yes.
Who is the one player that's on the Bears that you think is going to have the biggest impact on Sunday's game?
Oh, shit.
You got to pick one.
Okay. Trey Burton.
Okay.
I think Mitch finds him. I think Mitch.
I can see that.
I think Mitch targets Trey Burton 10 to 11 times. I think Trey catches 7 of them, and I think Trey catches 2 touchdown passes against his former team.
Okay. I got Tariq Cohen with a reception touchdown and a rushing touchdown.
It's more likely.
And the rushing one, I think, is going to be of the long sort, like a 30 to 40 yard
It's more
rush.
likely what you said, but the reason I said Trey Burton is because I know how seriously Trey loves to be that number 1 tight end. Even with Shaheen on the team, he is the number 1 tight end.
Absolutely.
And I know how seriously Trey wants to go up against his former team and show Zach Ertz is probably the best tight end in football besides Travis Kelce. I think Trey's going to go head-to-head with him because Trey has been proven all year long that he is one of Mitch's favorite targets. When Mitch was out those 2 weeks with that injury, Trey was barely targeted. As soon as Mitch comes back, Trey is targeted. Trey is catching touchdowns.
He likes Trey.
Yes.
I like the pick. Now, we'll switch it to the defensive side of the ball.
There we go. That's what I want to hear.
Who is the one defensive player that you think has the biggest impact on Sunday's game?
Okay, so I think has the biggest impact is the guy who's been having it's between two guys who I think is going to have the biggest impact. It's going to be Akeem Hicks and Khalil Mack. But the guy that we need to have the biggest impact is the guy that is guarding Alshon Jeffrey, and that's Kyle Fuller.
I can agree with that.
He's going to be the one that we're going to need. If he does, listen to me. If Nick Foles is fucking dishing out that Saint Nick magic bullshit everybody's talking about, and he's helping drive the Eagles down the field, if Kyle Fuller can fucking shut Alshon Jeffrey down and come out
or
there
jump
and be like,
a route
this
early.
is my right, this is my shit. This is my house. This is my shit. Kyle Fuller, you never hear me say another fucking bad thing about you.
I'm gonna go with Roquan Smith because
he's on Ertz.
Well, because I think the middle of the field is going to be huge today.
Do you think he's going to be on Ertz?
Or
are they going to drop Mack or Floyd back in coverage?
I hope not.
I hope not either. Roquan is fast.
I think you're playing to the Eagles' strengths if you don't rush Mack.
Yeah, you have to rush Mack.
You know what I mean?
You have to rush Floyd.
Yeah, so
you basically need Quan to play that fucking TE spy.
He's gotta. Well, if they're gonna run a lot of crossing routes, it's gonna be on. And this is another guy too. Adrian Amos is gonna have to make some guys pay across the middle, make people feel his presence.
Right.
You know, when they're crossing over.
Oh yeah.
I really, really hope that one of those guys jumps one of those cross routes real early. It'd be really sweet if we could take that away and make Nick think a split second more on throwing that ball, because I think that split second is the difference in every playoff game. You know, it's the difference between Matt getting home or them crossing the route and getting open, you know. So I really hope that I think the keys to the Bears are for Sunday's game is three things. Get an early lead, because then the stadium's in it, your defense is in it, and with an early lead you can take different chances on offense. I think it's huge, like you said, with Kyle Fuller and Alshon Jeffrey, to take away, you know, those easy jump balls that may get Nick into a little bit of a rhythm. And I think the third guy I'm looking at in the third point is these backing core are going to have to be on their game when it comes to these crossing routes. And like you said, around the middle with Zach Ertz, I don't think that their run game presents any threat.
No.
But going into it, they're going to try to do some things to kind of disguise what a run game would be in the pass game. So meaning screens, quick throws, getting the ball out early. The way you beat the Bears is to quick throw them to death, and then they don't tackle. That can't happen on Sunday, because if they don't tackle, it's going to be just like the Giants game, like the Dolphins game, and a lot of what happened during the Pats game. And that they lost all of those.
Yeah,
so
I'm going to throw out right now my prediction for this Sunday for our first playoff game in 8 years.
Okay.
And I'm going to say right now that the Chicago Bears are going to win this game.
Okay.
And I'm not being a homer. I'm trying to be as serious. Fuck that. I'm being a homer. The Bears are going to win 31. The fucking Eagles are going to score only 14 points. A banged up Nick Foles is going to get fucked up by Khalil Mack and Akeem Hicks and Leonard Floyd and company. And I'm telling you what, right now, he's not going to be able to find he's not going to have enough time to find Golden Tate, Nelson Aguilar, and/or Alshon Jeffrey. Zach Ertz will be the one that hurts us the most out of that team, I think, on Sunday. I think he gets the most receptions over the receivers. I think he gets the most yards over the receivers, but I think the Bears come out 31-14. Cody Parkey hits one field goal, hits every extra point. That is my prediction, 31-14 Chicago Bears.
I'm going to go with Bears 23. Eagles 21. Does anybody believe in redemption? Because your player of the game is going to be Cody Parkey. He's going to have 3 field goals on Sunday.
Okay, let's go with it.
And we're going to be nervous through every single one of them.
Yep.
But I do think that the Eagles, they do have some offensive weapons that could hurt the Bears.
Yep.
And I think that in a playoff game where every single play means something, I think the thing that gets them through is the fact that they're at home with that offense. And I think a late Nick Foles turnover and a Cody Parkey field goal is what ends this game.
Oh, pray to God, buddy. Pray to your
I hope I'm wrong.
God.
I hope I'm more closer to your prediction.
I'm talking to Cody Parkey. Because, he said Jesus, and, he's all into that stuff, which is great, man. You be into whatever you want to be into, dog, for sure. This is your time. Juice is picking you to be the redemption guy. This bourbon's starting to get to me.
It's good.
Yes, it's delicious. This is your time, man. Make it happen. You know what I'm saying? This Sunday is going to be something that any player on that team, any fucking player on that team, probably besides Trey Burton, really, because he just won the Super Bowl last year, but any player on that team has never seen what the fuck is going to happen this Sunday with this crowd. This crowd is going to be fucking nuts. This crowd is going to be fucking hyped, and we're going to be there, and we're going to represent all of you, every single one of you. That's my thing, man. I'll tell you what, I'm super fucking excited for Sunday. I'm hyped. I want to hit that boom. Can we get the club dub thing one more time, man?
We've moved some things around here for our boy Premier.
Yeah, I know we did, man. Plug that shit in. Let's get this shit.
We'll go full here too.
You want to get full? Let's get it, baby. You have the shit playing or what? Is it starting to load?
It's loading. My friend. Boom, baby.
That's what I'm talking about, boys.
That's what we're gonna hit at the kickoff too. Didn't you see that Chase Daniels tweet?
Yep. Hit the
we all have
boom
to hit the boom.
kickoff.
So if you're listening to this podcast, you're going to the game. Everybody should be hitting that boom when they kick the ball off, because my guess is if the Bears win the toss, they are going to defer.
Go to Sports Mockery for Chicago sports, news, and commentary from those who know it best, the fans.